Lovely to see you all. Sun is shining. Let's enjoy this day. We are the Inspirational Suffering Community, and we're here to bring you information that's really important that you may not know of, that goes under radar. You won't hear it on the news, and your government won't solely show you. So the first speaker is going to give you some information as to your interests, and that is Beverly Shawn, one of our admin.
Hello Bristol, I'm going to be speaking to you about unvetted migrants. For me, it's a bit of invasion. I feel we're being invaded. So in March 2021, hang on, I'm reading the wrong one. Right, okay. So we have no problem with immigration when it's done lawfully and legally. But what we're seeing most days coming across the channel in boats is neither lawful nor legal. What we're seeing are hundreds of young fighting age men, no women or children among them. Surely if they were genuine asylum seekers, they would bring their families and do it properly, or stay where they were and protect them at home. Why is it all fighting age men? I've seen videos of them. I don't know if anybody else here has, of them throwing their ID into the sea. Why would they do that if they were genuine? I've also seen videos of them being questioned by citizen journalists about why they're here. And I was shocked to hear that some of the men are military men, having been trained by the British military. It does make you question what people are saying. Is it true that this is the United Nations Army, just waiting to be called to act if we don't comply to whatever next they have in store for us? So many worrying questions. As we know, these men come with no ID, so they're unvetted. A most disturbing thing that I've also found out is that on arrival, they're not required to give a DNA sample. How on earth are any of these men allowed to roam our streets freely? And no one has any idea of who they are and where they came from. How do we know that these men are not criminals running away from the law in their own countries? As it stands, the evidence is there that in towns and cities where these unvetted migrants are being housed, at the taxpayer's expense, the antisocial behaviour, child grooming and sexual assaults have increased considerably. Just in Bournemouth alone, I have it on good authority that 30 women have been raped by the same migrant man. The police have the evidence DNA, but no suspect to match it to. This is all being kept quiet by the authorities. When the police were asked why the public were not being informed, the response was that it is not in the public's best interest to know. Surely we should have a right to this kind of information so we can protect our young girls and women. And surely every single unidentified person coming into this country should have a DNA sample taken. So how much is the cost to the British taxpayer to house, feed, entertain and whatever else they need to live in luxury, while our own homeless veterans get forgotten about? Our own elderly, disabled and poorer families can barely afford to heat their homes and buy decent food. Why do we seem to have an open borders during a cost of living crisis, and yet the government seems to be quite happy to house the unvetted migrants in luxury hotels with free meals a day, free heating, free Wi-Fi, no bills at all? Do you know they even have spas and saunas? All while our own homeless are left on the streets and now kicked out of the hotels they were allowed to stay in during COVID lockdowns. So the cost to us, the taxpayer, there are over 51,000 asylum seekers in hotels. That's the ones we know about. And it's costing us up to £8 million a day. And according to the Reform Party, seem to be 30 million a day. Never mind the 4.5 million a month spent on legal aid. I'm all for human rights, but when the human rights of our own tax-paying, law-abiding British citizens are coming second, it's time to hold our government to account. Now before I finish, I just want to add what I found out yesterday. A major hotel in Bristol, and it wasn't named, but I found out where it is. It's the Mercure, just down there on Redcliffe, opposite the church. They sacked their staff on Tuesday last week, and they're turning it into an asylum seeker hotel. It's got 275 rooms with 12 conference rooms to be converted. So this company that's just taken it over is called Bristol Hotel Operating Limited. They only registered at Companies House 9 days ago. And they have a Surrey address. And this same company owns and runs other asylum seeker hotels across the country. So come on, Bristol, let's get our voices heard. Tell our MPs and everybody that wants to listen, close our borders, stop the boats.